defeated the monster version of Dr. Hartman last time, which I guess brings the is it called the Foundation DLC to a close. The Alan Wake DLC, we've not really anything else we can explore in here, so what we're going to do is select the, I think it's the other DLC, it might not be. Oh, it is called the Foundation. I've got them mixed up. So we need to find the door. So I imagine fast travel will show us where to go. I think it was in maintenance, yeah? Yes. So what did we go over there for originally? I wanted to maybe see Artie again, have a look at the weird sarcophagus bit. So I might have a wander around containment in general. Maintenance, sorry. Before we head over to the quarry. So what I'll do first is I'll head to the power plant section. We'll try and find this sarcophagus thing. I know it was further, it was higher up, so I might not be able to get to it from this particular control point. Still got the single soldier here looking terrified. Right, so I want to get up there, don't I? Probably find a way. No, not quite. This might cut it, yeah. Didn't even know there were stairs here, but yeah, I just want to investigate a little bit here. Hi mate, rough day. Possessed by an alien entity. Oops. Yeah, it's roughly around here. I think.
Dealing with paranatural forces.
Oh, that's a lot of heavies, man. Sit down, big man. Well, this leads to the quarry anyway. Now, I didn't hear anything of what Jesse said there because we got ambushed. Here we go. Northmore sarcophagus container. He's in there. Internal movement detected. God, is this the kind of thing that happens to every director? Can we get in? just some loot. Mods are full. No level 3s, don't care what they are. Oh, there's something up here. Hidden location. Surfboard procedures. A guru surfboard. No unique procedures are required. Any attempt to abuse the object's effects for personal gain will result in termination. What is this about? Description. An antique surfboard believed to originate from the 1960s due to its design. The item enhances self-confidence when touched. The duration of this effect is redacted. Background. The item came to the Bureau's attention through a popular nationwide tour of speaking engagements advertising the item as a proven miracle worker, especially for those afflicted by personal shortcomings. The self-help course was called The Power of the Board, created and operated by a man named Chester Bless. Numerous attendees experienced an immediate surge in optimism and daring after touching the item. Once the craze reached a fever pitch with events attracting thousands of people, the Bureau took action. Agents raided Mr. Bless's LA home, only to find the house empty and the man gone. Only the item remained in the house, in plain sight. There's no floor just on fire in there. Possibly. This is a bit of a Spider-Man moment up here, right? Right, so we should go and talk to Artie. And there's that area in the coolant pump area that we've not found. Look how high up we are. Mad. Right, there is a control point nearby. I think it's on that side. We can just float down to this one, I think. Oh god, am I on the wrong side? Yeah, sarcophagus. Oh, just, the word sarcophagus just has such a different feel to it. Right, launch large objects. Yes, please. Right, so we need to head to coolant pumps. Think. Never's the easiest way to see Artie. That's just a radio. Okay, we don't need to go that way. Oh, I remember this. Is there no way of getting back to the janitor's office from here? I'm sure there is. I'm sure we came through directly came through a door or something. Or did we fly across? Yeah. Might prove difficult to get back. Yeah, I don't think we can get that high up. It doesn't open on this side, does it? We maybe get to the rubble. Jesus, no. Alright. I thought I could launch myself into it for a second there. Why is it so hard to get to RT's office, man? Why doesn't he have a control point right there? Careful, Jesse. That's how that guy got trapped under here. Alright. Sorry to jump around like this at the start. One of you suggested to sit on his couch, I think. Some therapy, perhaps. Here we go. No spawns. Oh, why? I can pick up large objects now, boys. Here, have a forklift. So, sucks to be you. Okay, I think we can go in here now. For a chest. This stuff is disgusting.
Ati's still gone. I get the feeling he had more of an agenda than he let on. Did he already get what he was here for?
Interesting. Can't sit on the couch. It's devastating. I mean, we can pick this up. Yeah, even more mold. You even label it in a way that makes it sound like a chore. I mean... Let me sit, man. Let me sit. Finland. Okay. Travel to Finland. Where you can visit our national heroes, such as Kimi Räikkönen, the race car driver. I got a lot of respect for Kimi Räikkönen, one of the few F1 drivers who actually raced in the World Rally Championships, which, in my opinion, is a more difficult skill in terms of driving than F1, but that's just me. But, you know, for him to do both, I mean, you know, shows his skill, right?
Dark, quiet, trans-dimensional.
Oh, right, I don't think I was supposed to come here.
This place really suits Ati.
Oh, God.
So that etching is the door. Okay, let's try opening it.
Speak, friend, and enter. My cousin Balin would give us a royal welcome. Okay. Foundation. Oh, things are about to get
No
weird.
time for sightseeing.
I am here for
The
it.
word said this was an emergency.
No hiss, okay? Just weirdness. It is really dark in here, man. Even though, I've got to say, even though the game does, I've had a few trials and tribulations with glitches and getting the game to run properly, I don't generally mind that as much in games that are pushing the envelope in terms of graphical fidelity and new technology like ray tracing and have such an ambitious art style. Like, I don't generally mind that because they are really pushing the boundaries for just visual fidelity, right? I think you've got to give them credit in an open game like this. I know that there's levels to it. It's still got a level structure. But, you know, games like this, games like Cyberpunk, like, they're testing out this technology in a lot of ways. This really is sort of uncharted territory for lighting and...
Looks like no one's been down here in a while.
And, you know, graphics aren't everything, obviously. Art style is usually... You have to have a solid art style on top of the graphical fidelity, which this and Cyberpunk both did, or do. But what I mean is I'm generally willing to not be too annoyed about bugs and glitches when they're pioneering stuff like this and when the game looks so good 99% of the time anyway. Oh, we're in like a cave network? Oh, this is such a change of scenery. Very alien, I guess. Now this... The way that this tunnel is, like the shapes on it, like the way it's ribbed or ridged here on the edges, looks like it's been drilled, right? Or tunneled. Doesn't it? Doesn't look natural at all, the way it's bowed out to the sides. No, well, yeah, it looks like it's been carved. Might have been carved by a creature, a giant worm from sandworm from Dune, right? Are we actually going to get to go outside?
Crystals are kind of pretty.
And the last
Emily
time
would be having a field day down here.
the last time you said something was pretty, a giant mold plant threw things at me for 45 minutes, Jesse. So you know. Research site Gamma. God, this feels very off-world alien style. A deep cavern. Oh, look at this.
My life's been a strange one. Certainly stranger than I'd like.
Ash.
This place, it's something else. The floors crawl, the walls slither. It's a shifting pit. On the street, it's just another drab building standing there for anyone to see. But no one does. How do we miss it? Northmore. Acting director Northmore now is on a train from Washington. He'll expect answers, which is why I'm making these tapes. They're evidence that I'm at least trying to understand. Father searched his entire life for something like this, and we find it 1 week after he's buried. He always hated irony. Of course, Father, the great director, Ash, would have been the first man in. And look at me, his bookworm son, the supposed head of research who can't stop his legs from shaking long enough to step over the threshold.
Yeah, I was going to say we've heard stuff about like rules to do with Ash or a principle of Ash or something to do with Ash. Turns out he's a director. The Ash we heard there, obviously. Is his son. but not his heir. So, this looks sort of like the red sand that Casper was so obsessed with. Can I get through there? Maybe later, I guess. Oops. Sorry. Afflict L1. Wow, look at this site. Research site Gamma, so I guess we're going to double back at some point. Research site Delta. Wow.
The Foundation. Bottom of the oldest house.
Marshall. This is where she went.
Stop the hiss.
Marshall? How was she on the hotline? Unless she's dead. Jesus. She seemed like the kind of woman who could survive anything.
Oh God, would these have been longer for Alan? Oh, sorry about that.
I only heard of the Foundation when I became head of operations. The very bottom of the oldest house. Director access only. Just the name alone is classified. Zachariah gave me a tour the day I was promoted. Said I should see it for myself, to understand. After that, I snuck down on my own from time to time to keep tabs on the place.
Really?
And on them. But nothing ever changed down there. Not even the walls. It's solid, permanent, different from the rest of the house. Of course, they were always watching me. I never stayed long. I'm not stupid. I have to stop the hiss from finding this place. I'm the only one who can.
They're watching me. Does she just mean more people from the FBC, or? So I guess the hiss are going to show up here. They need some sort of gameplay, right? Because I love walking simulators doesn't mean they're going to forego their entire gameplay loop just for me. Oh!
Down here too.
Didn't realise I'd thrown it. Great. What the hell is that? Okay, it's just like the mold pod things. Okay, dead end to the left, so let's have a little look. Oh, this place is beautiful. Very still and eerie. It's got slight, maybe Prometheus vibes. I don't know. It's just what I mean is not that I'm not necessarily a big fan of Prometheus, but like most Ridley Scott films, it's just gorgeously framed, right, and the just looks amazing. So this just what I mean is this has a feeling of a place that I'm not welcome in, right? An alien place that I shouldn't be, that is hostile. So this chamber does go further in. Question is, how do we get further in? Okay, that's not working. Right. How do we get across? Maybe it's an invisible stairwell or something? It's right at the bottom of the map, so I can't imagine another place leading here. Huh. Yeah, no. Oh, there is a weird floor of sorts. It might just be a video gamey style floor, though. I think there is a trick to this. I think it's to do with this, the way the ceiling is. That was kind of them, at least. Wow. Once again, man, the atmosphere is just thick. Thick with, like, intrigue and mystery. Okay, we got more hiss. Kablamo. Oh, weapon mods. No level 3s. There's something moving up there, like an animal. Huh. Right, this is the shortcut sort of area. Give me that chest. Alright, deep cavern, I'll be back. Yeah, the one thing that I find interesting sometimes about games in general, particularly with this, it's one thing that I sometimes think about, like with The Witcher 3, even though like The Witcher 3 is one of my favourite game of all time. Like, but how sometimes like the more grounded stories that aren't the main quest are often better than some of the elements of like the big bad, like the main threat. I definitely feel like that with this game. Like I feel like in The Witcher sometimes like the better stories in the game are the ones that are about actually hunting monsters, that are about other people, that aren't these world-ending dangers. Like even with the main story in The Witcher, I guess this is slight spoilers, it's more about like the people involved than it is about the actual big danger. And like I feel like in Control, like a lot of the best stories are the bizarre side stories, the bizarre objects of power, altered items and stuff, and yeah, that just really capture the imagination in a way that I don't think the Hiss necessarily do. And yeah, and that's what I get from this, and it's just fascinating. Like in the last DLC with Apollo 14 and the train, like they were more interesting than Emil Hartman. Just funny how that works sometimes, I guess.
Those paintings look old. Like old.
Paintings? What, as in the fragile box? But they're paintings that were more obvious that I have just completely missed. Those paintings look old. Oh god, the cave paintings. Interesting. Oh. So the fact that they're drawn... Oh, there's the upside down pyramid again. Interesting. Maybe they grew to... These people grew to worship some of these things. Imagine we might get an ability to manipulate the any stalagmites, stalactites? I can never remember. The cave paintings. At first, I thought the cave paintings in the Foundation... Sorry, it's called this is entitled On Art and Time. At first I thought the cave paintings in the Foundation chronicled ancient humans' encounters with natural occurrences like weather, but it soon became clear they depicted events far outside the average human experience. Also, it seems I was wrong to assume the images are ancient. Radiocarbon dating suggests something impossible, that I've been down here longer than the paintings. That's absurd though. The style and medium clearly indicate a Paleolithic origin. I was ready to conclude that an ancient community of humans lived in or around the oldest house. Now, with this information, I don't know what to think. Is one of our agents drawing these? Or is there someone down here with us? This place has a habit of skewing my results, so perhaps the data is corrupted, or perhaps some paintings were created at different times. The art does seem to chronicle not only the past, but also the present and possibly even the future. I see in them the echoes of the board, same linear architecture, even what could be interpreted as a director. Are the paintings telling a story that is still being written? If so, who is writing it? Interesting, so it seems like there's a warping of time going on then. She said about it feeling like she's been here longer than them or something. Oh my god, who are you? Yeah, these are like cavemen. Who are you trying to hit, man? Sumo punch him. I can fly, mate. Just...
They're using pickaxes now.
Right. So these are primitive humans. They have got FBC... Oh, right, yeah. They've still got FBC get-ups on. So it's just making them behave in a particular way, I guess. Strange. We still had the grey and yellow on them. I guess they're just a new enemy for the DLC. Cool! We didn't really get any new enemies besides Hartman himself. I know that there were the flying soldiers, but I guess it was more about the Alan Wake lore and stuff, and the setup for their next game, I suppose. This doesn't quite seem like sand, I'm not sure. So I'm not sure it's the same sort of thing as Casper was obsessed with. There's a hidden area that I've missed, it seems. We can go back. Crossroads. Wow, I love the atmosphere in here, dude. Geysers. Toxic geysers. Doesn't look like they do spurt whatever it is out sideways a bit as well. Alright, so we can go on a little detour up here. Oh. I imagine there will be an ambush. Oh, right. Oh, I thought that might spawn me at the top. Alright, this is something we're going to have to figure out at a later date, it seems. I think there's another one. Another one of these invisible staircase bits up ahead. A Foundation accident. Mr. Wilder, I have some bad news. You remember that Robert Ricardo fell... you remember that Robert Ricardo fella we brought in as a special consultant to map the lower caves? Well, today he found a chamber with weird eyes covering every inch of the walls and a strange black pillar in the center. Kind of looks like the one at the crossroads, but smaller. Eyes covering every inch of the walls? God. We had a bureau member shadowing him. But whatever happened in there did a number on our guest. The docs are taking a look, but it's pretty clear Mr. Adventure's exploring days are over. I know we're careful to limit this guy's exposure to the non-ordinary. Drugging him and carrying him through the upper floor was a real hoot, by the way. But we really need to reevaluate our policies on external contractors. Honestly, we'd be better off forming a special division trained in repelling and orienteering than subjecting more outsiders to the shit we deal with. They almost always end up dead or loony. Marcus. Poor guy. Imagine, yeah, just being a normal, like, person who maps caves. An orienteer, and then you have to come here. What's that? Can't tell you. What's this? Nope. What's that? Drink this. Right, now
the
this...
astral plane is cutting into our dimension. What if this happens in the upper floors? It'll destroy the bureau.
Wow. A cave bleed. Stop moving! There you go, thanks for getting in range. Oh no, you don't. Fell off the edge, did we? Yes. No more evil bald shield, guys. Oh, he respawned? I don't get respawns that close. Right, that one sounds conclusive. Wow, they just sort of enter this white space. That's crazy. Like something out of all that nothingness. Wow. Oh, this is amazing, dude.
I wish I'd brought Emily with me. I could really use my head of research right about now.
What for? There's people trying to kill us everywhere. Surely she'd only be a hindrance at this point. Polaris gave us a little spin there. Not sure why. appreciate that it's probably just us at this point and not really Polaris.
Wait! It's Jesse! The director!
Oh god, was that Marshall? Or a vision of her?
Whoa. This place is huge.
Yeah, you don't say.
Marshall? Can you hear me? She was on the hotline, so that person couldn't have been Marshall, right? One problem at a time. Let's see what's going on with that pillar first.
I heard it was my footsteps. Looks like a boss room. Oh no, it's a control point. We've got another weird door. Still don't have enough. Investigate the... excuse me, the nail. Let's have a look around first. We've got some more cave paintings. I imagine we'll unlock some sort of extra power that will allow us to explore further. That thing in the middle looks like some sort of giant spider. Imagine we'll end up there later on. Wow. The foundation pillar. The pillar found in the crossroads is best described as any onyx spike that protrudes from the cave floor like an imposing stalagmite. Despite its aggressive silhouette, the structure has an undeniable allure. Freud would certainly have something to say about the pillar's overly erect nature, but I'm more drawn to Whitmore's essay on dynamic layers. Structures within structures, the fractal mirror in every being. Given its significant location, I believe the pillar is either the very heart of the oldest house or an intrusion within that heart. Or perhaps it's like the husk of a seed from which the oldest house sprouted. Trottier wrote that great architecture isn't built, it grows. But then why does the pillar look so different from the rest of the place's concrete walls and rocky caverns? It's easier to see it is an anomaly, a buried artifact, a foreign body, a demonic phallus. Way to lower the tone! I wonder if this pillar is any more welcome here than we are. I don't see what Freud has to do with inanimate objects, to be honest. Fine. Maybe whoever wrote that's just been starved of human company for a while. Got certain things on their mind. Tape.
It's been 5 days since we first entered the building. Traversing the interior is dangerous due to the shifting, but we did manage to find a lower cavern that seems structurally predictable, which is a scientific way of saying its walls won't crush us in our sleep. Northmore even made a discovery. A pistol placed on a stone pedestal in front of that strange ebony pillar. Seems like something out of a storybook, except the heroes usually find swords, not handguns. But it is the perfect lure for someone like him. Hours after finding this weapon, Northmore cornered me to spout some nonsense about how the board had made him the director. He ran it about the title being meaningless before now, calling Father and all other previous directors shams, frauds, and worse. They think this place is worse for Northmore than it is for me. Strangest thing? There was no pedestal in front of that pillar a day ago. This building has swallowed a dozen of my men, and now it's handing out presents? Is it playing some sort of game? If it is, we're most certainly losing. Hell, we don't even know the rules.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, so from what I'm understanding here is the FBC existed then before the oldest house was discovered or entered, which is where Director Ash came in. Once he passed away, Director Northmore came in and they discovered this house hiding in plain sight on the streets of New York. They entered and it was a new discovery for them. The building was shifting, they didn't know what to do, and they just discovered this place that looked like normal caves. Not normal caves, but something knowable, perhaps? Or seemingly Earth-like, rather than the sort of weird shifting building. Right. So I guess it kind of presents the oldest house as something with its own intentions, its own agenda, even. Alright. Let's see where this goes. Nail door monolith is hurt. Touch. Revere it to enter. So I guess this will allow us to manipulate some of the material here. Repair the nail link to prevent astral corruption and consumption, sorry. This is the director's duty. Plot. Authorized for a single new tool upgrade. Use it to save the Foundation, us, the Bureau. Left self or right weapon. Only one is permitted. Which will you choose or become?
So I can only choose one? I thought I was done with these tests.
Did it say left self, right weapon? I'll go self. Thanks very much. Right, so I can create platforms. Or I can destroy stuff. I'll choose this. Left self will grant shape and manipulate. Right weapon will grant fracture or undo. I'll take this one. Golden handprint. We are tweaking, cultivating the ability for you. How do I use this? Minerals, roots, barnacles grow across the Foundation. Use the new upgrade to shape. First, to receive this, you should feel honoured, handled. Is that permanent? Does it go away after a short while? Yeah, I think it is deteriorating. Certain crystal formations crumble after being shaped. Cool. Wow, this is awesome. Dismantle, loosen the four locks located in the fringe of the astral plane. do this and nail will be repaired. Glued. Crisis averted. Maybe don't hiss are present in the Foundation. Trespassing, snooping is forbidden. Right, you could have told me that while I wasn't jumping around. Oh god. Some crystals can be shaped into dangerously sharp points. So we can use it as a trap. Oh. You're supposed to come over here, you plank. Right, well we got another shifting fragment. I think that's what we need for the upgrade. Not bad at all. Melee health boost. Crystals can be shaped while levitating to create platforms. And that is that. Wow, cool ability. So does that mean the game plays completely differently depending on what choice you make?
Okay,
Awesome.
let's review. This broken pillar is called the Nail. It was broken by something, and now the astral plane is bleeding into the Foundation, which will destroy the oldest house, the Bureau, and everyone inside. I need to find 4 locks, or keys, or whatever, to stop that from happening. But I'm the director. I've handled worse. This should be simple. Ish. You with me?
Sorry. This isn't here, is it? Locks, keys, keep, socket, or here. Trapped, hooked, hidden, fed. They are old, young, extra life, with the director's help. Situation information is subject to change. Wow, this is really fascinating then. Wow, this is quality. Okay, so basically this is how we navigate, and I imagine the entire DLC will be different depending on which choice we made in there. I could save up for multi-launch. I just don't think we're going to get another 6 ability points at this stage. So I could just spend it on something else. Levitate. Yeah, alright, I'll take the levitate duration. Why not? Good enough. Should I just pay for the upgraded pierce? Oh, it's not even level 3 of it. I'm tempted to give it another go though, because this surge hasn't really worked out too well. We've got a bit of damage while aiming. Levitating headshots. Alright guys, I think I'll leave that there. We're at a natural breakpoint really, after picking up our new ability. Which is awesome. Embrace the platforming, I say. So we can just get up there now, pretty much. So we'll head left first, I guess, before we do any backtracking. We can... Where else can we go? Right, so I guess we would need the other ability to get through here. Right, so maybe there's different ways into each section. It's really cool. Yeah, look. Yeah, I do, honestly, like, I know that there's certain elements of modern game design where they say, you know, you're not supposed to cut things out of a game so that a player can't experience it the first time through, but I don't necessarily think that's always true. Like, giving players meaningful choices where they don't necessarily know what they're missing out on, you know, gives real weight to your choices, and like making a cool gameplay diversion like this is really awesome. Like, I really approve of stuff like that. I always reference The Witcher 2, how, spoiler alert for The Witcher 2, but the second act, right, The Witcher 2 split into like a prologue, 3 main acts, and an epilogue. And chapter 2 takes place in a completely different part of the game, like a pseudo-open part of the game. Depending on a choice you make in Act 1, it takes place in a certain place. If you make a different choice, it takes place in a different area. And like with the way certain game, like you hear game designers talk about, you know, letting people experience all of it the first time round, I just don't. It's just, I don't agree with that at all. Anyway, we'll leave it there. We'll pick it up from here next time. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. I'm really digging this DLC. Really, really cool. Alright, so we'll pick it up from here next time. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave me a thumbs up if you did. Just remember, everyone, never trust an on-crate. I'll see you next time.